Testing. Yep. There we are again. Why are my scores 0? Are my scores 0? What is being printed here? Apparently something is printed that does not end on a comma, and then M current A is being printed. With an equal sign, I bet. M orig. Grip sources. Well, that is being printing. So it's this one, which is printing a pair, I guess. A dereference method A container type const iterator. Oh yeah, that is a score. First is a score. Okay, so my scores are 0 and well in the M method A. Begin end and private and make shared empty. Insert here, begin, end, begin, end. This is the top. Insert. Score is 0 here. Most likely cause set to 3 to score was not initialized yet. Setting breakpoints at that line 23. Need to remember that somehow. Oh, what do I see here? It's chat. Line 23 and then of course the other one is, well, that looks like an array. Is wherever it is being initialized. Long silence. I mean, I'm thinking nowhere, but I'm refusing to pronounce it or to say it out loud. It's not initialized. It's not initialized. Okay, I have the feeling that the reason that this thing is empty is because it is not initialized. Score. What? What? This used to work. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what to say. It is beyond me. How can code vanish? Find type F execute grep HN. That is really everything. Whoa. Git K. Maybe git K can help. Okay, so now I'm looking for, that's almost nothing. I never committed. But yeah, I would like to find back maybe something that removes something. Probably a whole file must have been removed. How does it look like when you remove a whole file? Yeah, let's make a new view where we look for I suppose that fixed string means just fixed string and not a word, since every time additional arguments get log into files that include one per line. What, can I not just do everything? I think that should have worked. And apply. It seems unlikely that this has anything to do with what I'm looking for, right? What the hell, man? How does this work? I just want a list of commits. Commit containing. Oh, the thing that has been called before, 232 group 232 score. Let's remove the set. That might help. I don't think I understand this bloody. I don't understand this. There we have something. Initialize set 232 score. I mean, that's what we want to be called, and it's being called here. That seems in time. Definitely should be in time. Why couldn't I find that? Oh, okay, I get it. No, I don't. No, I do not. Wait, this is to loop, I guess. This initialized. There's the initialize. I was using the underscore s. No, I don't understand it. I still don't understand. That is something in task. Yes, well, so. Well, it starts with an M, not with an S. Oh. We have a pair tripled iterator scatter with an S. And we have one with an M. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. There is no, really, there should not be any group 2, 3. There's not. There are set 2, 3s, and in particularly set to score. Yep. And the one that is not being initialized is the S underscore, and the one that is initialized probably is the M underscore. At least I'm seeing that happening here. And I think that was also in time. That thing is a map, standard map of set score. Yeah, but the other one is the other way around. Score comma set. No, it's not. It's also set comma score. Right. So hypothesis is this is an old remnant, both of them. Now you think about it. And we should not be using that. We should be using something else. I don't know yet, but start with an M. So we do not have this. The other one was already removed. But then the way to access the actual one, which is this one, you don't have a way to access this. Nope. Okay, and what I really want is to get a score with having a set. So there should be a score. Set 2, 3 is a set. There should be a score inside this object function, returning the score. Taking a set. call it set 2 3. So I now need this object, and then I can call score on it, passing the set. But then I need a partition task here. No, we don't have it, so must be passed, I guess. Yeah, hello, unpronounceable name. Yeah, let's hope we can pass it somewhere. What is that one? Okay. It's also not working. How do you look up something in the standard map? That is const. I mean, without using find. So this operator here is both not const, element access, no const access. Okay, in that case we'll use find. I'll just use find. Then iterator. It's not possible that this is not found. I guess I could add an assert for it, but Paranoia check. Ah, that's a bloody pair, of course. I need a second then. Hello Ben. Done tool I learned with the ED. How did you learn? Just a notey, okay. C++ by programming a lot, I think. Dude, it's so long ago you cannot compare it anymore with today. It was before internet existed that I learned it. And you never stop learning, of course. So the last decades I used internet. Hey, that's how I learned it. Right, I'm still looking for my constructor thing. Well, there's this construct complaint here, so maybe we have found it. Required from here. Could not convert set to per triplet. Okay, that's the one. No, that's annoying. That means that we need the partition task here as well. Is that the only place? Partition task. And also it's being passed. Partition task const reference. Partition task. Okay, no declaration matches. Yeah, I could have known it, but I forgot it. PartitionIteratorScatter. PartitionIteratorScatter set iterator pointer reference, comma const partition task, comma set, comma. Oh boy. Guess we'll just look here. Right. I don't know why I added it here. It's a set iterator. What? Guess I'll have to read it completely. In instantiation of traits construct with up is PartitionIteratorScatter set iterator. Utils array index axis set coming as an index is an include required from const expression standard input is back. Wow. You reach the end. Yeah, well, I'll just add a constructor here, I guess. Oops. Fuck this. That's still the same line, isn't it? Three provided. Yeah. No, of course. I had deleted it again. Partition task. Thank you very much. And then I can't type, but it's something else. Partition task. And now we have more instance. No, that's not more. That is where it happens. This is finally partitions. So here you can just pass partition task. And then it compiles partitions. Oh, my paranoia assert fails. So my new function is being called. Probably this thing is even empty. Let's run it in debugger. Run in GDB. I should make an abbreviation of that because I'm partitions. It's still long. Now it's hot again, or I'm putting something on that is too hot. If I'm cold, I put something on, then I'm too hot. What is wrong? Up, up. Please be empty. At least then I understand it. It's not empty. Why? Or is it all static? Totally not. 351 elements. And we were trying to look up well, 35-bit mask. Yeah, I can highlight what I want, but if it did not exist, then it did not exist, of course. What do you think is going wrong here? I am in the debugger. Let's just go up. We're trying to call here a score. We're finding a score in partition task score. Nonsense. No, it's no nonsense. It's not nonsense. It is not nonsense. What is nonsense is the values that I see. Oh no, let's print it in hexadecimal. Hopefully it does that. And now we're there. Down. So each entry should have 2 or 3 bits set. I know what I see, there's 2 bits. Let's highlight bit mask. 2 bits, 2 bits, 3 bits, 2 bits, 3 bits, 2 bits. Looks like correct. They are pretty much scary and ending on 0, 0 though. Like each and every one of them. Now why would that be? Oh, here's one that is not ending on 0, 0. But yeah, there should even be a bit mask is 7. I want to be clear about this. And this table is not complete, in my opinion. Oh, there's a dot 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 here. Thank you, GDB. It's not listing everything. I hate that when it does that. I'm just gonna print it in my program, and at least we'll see everything. So I want to print this thing in let's say just before this assert. Are you telling me that ABF is not in here? It is not. Well, that is a bug. Well, it should have been here. ABF. And on is entering, sorry. 223 set score. Why is it here? Yeah, okay, I'm getting it vaguely. Triplets. A lot of triplets. Is there a chance that ABF is negative and that therefore it's not being stored? I think it is, because this is a score of 5, 9. Let's print this to a file. You can see here AB is -5, AF is +5, so that's 0. and BF is -5. It's okay. ABF is -5. I think that's the reason. I'm not storing anything that's negative. Yeah, pretty sure that's it. Right. In other words, no paranoia check. It's completely sane check. Well, I'm just going to do this like. No, I wanted to put it here. That's not going to work. Actually, it is. A default constructed score should be returned. Oh well, okay, I'm gonna do it differently. Let's do it differently. So we don't find it, we return the default constructed score, which is 0. Nah, finally we have scores here, 300 going down. So the first one is LNO, that is from the original EJLNO, that's that one. Why is it put first? Because the drop from 300 to 205 is 95. I don't think so. I guess that's arbitrary, because the score of 300 is the highest. I think infinity is larger. Nobody knows why it is first. I don't care. It's probably first because we went to, okay, I can see it here. Loop count is 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then going from here to there is 0. Which is smaller than, or maybe from 4 to 0. This one has 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this one is also 0, so it should be that 99 is larger than 0. That's why this one is first. Then the next one should be larger than 99. And that one has a loop count of I think, yeah, below here. Loop count of 2. And there goes my theory. Oh wait, up here, 1, 2. But this drop here, that is 105. Yeah, that's larger than 99. I go with that theory, as in, it's a good feeling when it works, or I don't know. Anyway. AJ current is versus what? It points at the end. I guess it would do that directly after initializing this. And this one also points to the end, KP. And this one should also point to the end. This one points to GHI, which is this one, second one. Yeah, they're completely at the end. So what then happens, we are still don't loop anything at all. But SVI partitions, find the for loop, jump to the constructor, just guessing, redo everything. Jump to the constructor. Constructor initializes this. Initializes the loop counts and then prints it. This is what we were looking at. And then it calls reset. Let's print it after the reset. Okay, having printing it after reset, we see that the first, what is this? Oh, that's the complete list, and then nothing. What? Really? I don't understand. Oh, wait, is it, do I have a random generator? No, I don't have a random generator. -5, -1, 100, 1, 5. And this thing. ABFGHI blah 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 CPD AJK. This is different. Okay. So that means that I do have a random number generator, and it does print what its seed is. That's pretty useless. What the heck? How? What? It's not possible, man. It's something else every time. Partition random. It uses S random number, which has no initialization. Oh. Yeah, bad things happen when you use global variables. Kids, never ever use global variables in your program. You don't want to do that. The only global variables that you're allowed to use are things that end up being filled with all zeros. Now this one does work. In this case it actually works, but my debugging library is not configured yet. At the moment the global variable is being initialized. So we do not see any debug output from it. Now that's why I invented the partition task. But even partition task has static variables are basically s evil, I mean. And yeah, static one here, right here, But that's an array, so that's okay. I mean, this array is just filled with all zeros and then later initialized. So that is allowed. So I could add it as a non-static to this partition task object, which kind of is a collection of all my global, previous global objects. But then I cannot use it unless I have a reference to my partition task, which I don't have at that point. Random, yeah, I don't know. Number of elements is also stored in partition task. I might as well pass the partition task, I think, here to the random function. Hey, let's sit like this or something. Don't worry about Vulkan engines right now. Really, it's not really relevant at the moment. Partition. I have to say it kind of belongs to partition because it's only being used by partition. That is a fact. 17th time. I think you're going to be counting this the number of times I stream shotgun. What shall we do with the random partition thing? Damn it. I want to see the seed. But okay, I'm gonna put my deeds where my words are, or what is this expression? I don't want this global constructor. So I'm going to move it to partition task, and then we have to pass partition task here. I think that partition task const reference should work for the number of elements anyway. But this random number is probably cannot be const. And then number generator generate. That's not const. Yeah. Why is this not const? Oh, because m twister is being changed. It's being twisted. Almost equally ugly. Yeah. I'm gonna have to well, wait, not too many changes at once. Let's first make this working. So we change this argument into a partition task reference, partition random. The number of elements get placed with this. It's static. Yeah, of course it's static. Who cares about? Yeah, and okay, yeah. What? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should move it to partition task then. probably should just move it to partition task. I think so. Anyway, where's my compile error? In static member function, random number of elements was not declared. Oh, it's annoyingly early. Get it in two ways apparently, as a partition iterator brute force or as an element index. Hopefully element index will work. The number of elements. Partition itself takes an int. Top elements is an int, depth is an int. I need an int. Seems I really need an int. Number of elements. Okay, let's add it. Partition task. Number of elements. Okay, there's a lot. I don't think it get the assembly code is probably the same, but I don't really see a reason now to not just add it here as an int. Number of elements is partition task dot number of elements. And now we have to add that function. Tell me you're sick in your mind without telling me you're sick in your mind. And then get deleted from the chat. Anyone with 1, 2, 3 in it is a scammer. Did you know that? Also so many 24/7 people are usually I don't know, it's horrible. I think the world would be a lot better if they just shot everyone who is trying to rip people off. You cannot learn to code without getting exhausted. You have to start working and not liking it, and then do that for a long time, and then keep doing it. Half a year is not going to be enough. So the only way to learn coding is when you really like to code, as in you're totally addicted to it. And then no matter how tired you get and no matter how horrible difficult it is, it's what you're addicted to, so you continue doing it. All these people that say, I want to become a good coder. I don't like coding, but I think that, you know, it's going to give me big money when I become a good coder. Forget it. Forget it. It's not only for coding, not only for programming. It is for everything, of course. If you want to get good at something, you must like doing it. If you want to have fun in your job, you must like your job. So I would say, screw school and learning, just start doing what you like. I mean, learning what you like. If you do what you like, and that is in this laying in the sun with your eyes closed, or eating a lot of food, or playing games, then you're not learning anything. I mean, you must get exhausted from it. You must really become an expert in it. And I forgot again what I was doing, of course. Undo, nothing. I was going to add an int number of elements. Number of element is an int, so wow. Okay, I'll keep the same style as is used in this file. I have always liked coding. I was addicted at it from the very start, which was when I was 12. Fascinated by it. And then I was already doing electronics. Well, electronics, I mean, it was just calculating the resistance of resistor networks. I don't know, like that. So it was more mathematics than something else. That was when I was 7. I can make a drawing, otherwise you can't show that. So if you have a resistor and you put 2 resistors in series, then the total resistance of that the circuit is the sum of the 2. And if you put them in parallel, then you have to add a reciprocal. So you can draw an arbitrary network of resistors and then calculate the result. And I liked doing that when I was 7. I don't know when I really started electronics. Pretty damn early, I think. But I went on to study physics for the wrong reasons. So I only seriously went back to coding, no, not back, but only started to do really serious coding full time when after I finished physics. Which is then 28 years ago. And I forgot again what I was doing. That's why I don't look at the chat. Every time I look at the chat and I start chatting, I'm not coding. Which would be fine by me in many cases, but I see I have 42 concurrent viewers at the moment. What are those people going to do if I'm not coding? Listen to my stories? Nah. Okay, so we pass partition task now instead of the number of elements, and then everything should work, right? Oh, it compiled, yeah, okay, remember. So I'm going to move the random from partition maybe to partition task itself. That makes sense because it depends on the number of elements what you generate. So this now becomes a partition task. Partition task, and we don't pass anything anymore, and it's no longer a static function, and we don't need to do this anymore. Oh, we don't need this, and we don't need this, and I'm refusing to do this. Which means that number of elements now becomes m number of elements. And that should work. And then we ask ourselves, where is partition task then defined? Because it cannot be. We don't have this anymore, of course. Is random number still defined in partition? Is a random number. Yep, so this is gone, this is gone, this is gone, and this is moved to partition task. I don't know. Where shall I put it? Static stuff, score. Let's put it there. And then of course random itself is using this thing here, which what it was all about, which now becomes a simple member, m random number of partition task. Oh, gonna move it here. I think utils random number, random number. It still compiles partitions, but now mysteriously it's printing a seed. Yay! So now we find something interesting again. Like what was that? What was the thing that was interesting? Well, anyway, yes, we have succeeded in that this thing now points to the top. And this one, a high, is also pointing to the top. CKP is the top. But still not much else. So maybe it's just that I have suppressed debug output. What do you think? Yeah, I did suppress a lot of debug output, I think. A lot of debug output. And then again, or not. Or did I? Original's empty. Oh no. Not good. Oh wait, it's reset. It means that it's at the end, maybe. Loop count is 35. Are these 35 things? I suppose they are then. Have to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, that explains this. As everyone understands. So here I have an M origin that is not empty. And the reason is that this list is way longer than 3. Yeah, clearly. Current is pointing to hill. It is 1, 2, 3, the third. So kind of at the end. So I guess we have just lots of debug output in front of it. In other words, it seems to work. But let's write it to file and start at the top to see what really happens. What really happens is that we call, let's see, we have a local maximum. Let's highlight this one. That's kind of an original then, I suppose. Original. And we cut it into pieces here. Very long, but only 10 are being used from the top. And these 10 are all used, and from this one we use also 10. Dude, that's so good. And again 10. I don't believe it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a bit too good. What am I missing here? How many groups that we have? Totally missing something. For example, that there are only 2 sets. This one cannot be taken apart. So we have 2 sets. This one, which is very long, which has 10, and then CD key pay is 4. That's also 10. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 10, 10. That's what it is. Still good. Then the first partition is where we take the AHI out of the BFG, etc. So the AHI is the first one, and we take that out of this group, leaving something without the A and without the I, high. BFG LMNO. I can hardly believe it. I deleted this file, but this is like what I manually made up. Really? You remember? We had something with BFG in it, and then I added LMNO at the end to make it longer. What the F is going on? coincidence. No, it happens. Although in my file I put the big fucking gun at the top, of course, because that was the largest thing. But here the HI is the largest, and the BFG is mentioned somewhere below, I guess. There's the BFG with a score of only 100. It's not the largest thing, not the biggest thing. Right, so okay, but we take the AHI out of it, and then we take the DKP, current, this is current. Okay, we take the CKP out of it first, and that was here then. CKP has been removed. And that was removed from the original. Okay, I'm lost. This is the original. If we remove CKP from it, then the K must be alone afterwards. I want to see that. CKP, the D must be alone. Yeah, there it is. So I removed the first one of the first one of the first set, AHI, removed out of this group, and the CKP is removed out of this group, leaving just the D. And this one is left alone because it's already just a pair. And then we apply algorithm 0 and 1. And we found the local maximum, which is exactly the same as we left off with. It's just putting them back. No progress. But the next scatter is going to remove the AHI again, and now the DKP, so the second one here. So now the C is alone, because the DKP was removed. And the local maximum is again the same, it just puts everything back the way it was. And then we do this next one, the third one here, CDK. Okay, and so on and so on and so on until we see second column. Can I search for that? DP. No, not really. On the same line as mCurrent. mCurrent A. And then we are at the bottom, so now this one points at DP, and we remove still HI out of it, and we remove DP, leaving CK. Still puts everything back. I don't think we ever reach another maximum, local maximum. This is maybe the maximum. Right, so now this one should point to GHI, the second one. This was the first one, this is the second one, and the other one is reset to the top. Yep, this now points to GHI. HI, and the other one is pointing to the top again, CKP. Well, and so on, because I believe our multi-loop works, right? And it seems to work. So if we just scroll a lot down, we should at some point see them both point in the middle. Let's just go down. Let's stop here. So now this one is pointing to him. It's pointing to him. Where's him? Did I scroll that far down? Oh, yeah, him. It's not that far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the other one is CD. CD is here. Well, in sort of in the middle, almost at the end, but so yeah, it just works, right? And then we continue until the count reaches 10. Which means that at some point, I mean, we should never ever get past the 10th. So this is the first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, FGI. So at some point we should see the same line with second FGI. Control. We reach this one, and now on that one is just put at the top. So now we go down to the DP. I can do that. How many? 10. Okay. I don't know. First maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, let's look where we are. CD. And then we get one more DP. And now we are at the end. And also DP gives us, no, that's with DP removed from it and FGH removed from it. FGI, I mean. And then we get again the same thing. It's always putting everything back. I guess that's just the maximum. Right. Now I want to go back to testing it with random partitions. A lot of random partitions. We just started with a single random partition, did all that work, and we only found this score. So I think I have to just suppress all the output, especially this one, scatter is. Well, this is actually a pretty interesting one. If we have a local maximum here before the scatter, and we still see how the scatter then finds the actual solution. That would be interesting to see how often that happens. I'm not interested in the original, I guess. But we want to run, say, 1000 of these random partitions. That's a bit much, right? I'm also doing 100 scatters. Let's do 100 for now. On the other hand, I don't know, let's begin with this. I am kind of interested if it happens that it improves on it, upon it, which is in here. So let's print that as an scatter improvement. Is it going to print this every time? Local maximum, yeah, it's printing this stuff. I have to suppress that as well. And ampere triplet iterators equals. We are not interested in being scammed. VI troop. Right, okay, so here we are. This is something. This is a local maximum. My scatter find and improves. Does find an improvement, namely that one. That one. And then we find the local maximum that is exactly the same as what the scatter previously found. And then the scatter does not find an improvement. Here we have a problem. This is a local maximum here that the scatter does not improve, while it is not optimal. It could have been 3 points higher. This one, however, does get improved to 1786, which is also not the best until now. 1786. Damn. Okay. Seems 1794 is the highest. Anyway, if we scroll to the bottom, we see that the scatter fails to find, wow, even this one, so low. How would it not be, how can it not improve on this one? HAKP. Yeah, this would exist, moving a single O into here and then moving the C into it. Yeah, that is interesting actually. Oh. Okay, I already gave up the last time. I just started working on this again because I saw that something was horribly wrong, and I think I just fixed it. So I'll just leave it like this. Well, still have to run it, of course, on. No, wait, let me suppress this. Scatter improvement and local maximum. I just suppress all the debug output. just to see how slow it is. With 64. Exploiter, hello. What am I working on exactly? Well, I have a lot of shader resources, and I have a statistical feeling which should be put with which, depending on how they are being used. So you can, I don't know, I can do some statistics while the game is running. So at some point I know that I want to put certain shader resources together because they are often used together in the same descriptor set. Now let's call the shader resources elements and the descriptor sets just sets. Then I have a load of elements and I want to partition them into sets, where each pair of elements have a score which can be positive or negative. And I'm writing an algorithm that finds the optimal, or at least a very good partitioning for that, which is completely ridiculous. I'm sure I'm the first one in the world to do this because it's nobody is as idiot and crazy as me. And this takes too long. I'm not happy that it takes this long. Why is it taking this long? I'm generating 100 random partitions, and then for each random partition I'm finding a local maximum and then doing my scatter. I'm going to add debug output back because I want to know what the hell it is doing. Well, let's start with making it 32. See if that helps. See if that helps to reduce it a bit. That was fast. Yeah, the output is already not usable. Holy moly. Bugs. Horrible bugs. Still bugs. A negative infinity. Oh no, it's still not working. And as you can see, we still have loads and loads and loads of local maxima with just one hit. As in, every single random partition ends up in its own local maximum. It's a good indication of how bad this algorithm is. But after this one we suddenly get uninitialized variables, or what the hell this is. What is this? And why is it like that? And here, there's also this repeat. This could explain why it is this slow, and the previous time that was because of uninitialized array. Cannot imagine I make that mistake again, but well, it seems to be caused by compiling with optimization. Let's run it without optimization and then see if these horrible things go away. Then it's probably that. That's a lot slower. A lot slower. Well, I'm glad you understand, exploiter. Yeah, you see, now we do not have weird repeated A's in different sets. Just every element goes into one of the sets. We also do not have weird numbers here in the score. I think we still have, we still suffer some uninitialized memory problem, which might or might not be caught by valgrind. Well, yeah, this local maximum is hit 10 times. While one that is much better is only hit 3 times. It's still horribly bad. But if you look at the score, then, you know, I do not really care in the difference between 4,305 and whatever, 4,000. Or, okay, 3,989. It's in terms of efficiency, is that almost the same. So it's not that bad, I think. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. You might as well work with this partition as well with this partition. So I think it's pretty much usable, actually, the way it is. Well, we are far from finding the optimal with 32 elements. I'm not sure if I ever used 32 elements. For each element stands for shader resource, which actually I think is like literally a declaration in one of the shaders used by pipeline. So when would I ever have 32 declarations in all the shaders together of a given pipeline? It's probably going to be perfect for the actual number that is being used. Either that or I'm going to need thousands of things, but yeah, no, I don't. Thousands is for like if you start to count every texture separately, but I'm probably going to put those into arrays, into uniform buffers, and or arrays. An array is only one descriptor set, I think. Well, they better have. Let's see. Yeah, we have to figure out why the music stopped. That's easy one. That's my signature tune. I should give you the exact title of this one, right? I mean, I'm calling it my signature tune. It would not be nice to do this one. tuneting.com, Extreme. It's called Extreme by Shanti. Okay, let's think. Print environment, edit the top file. Set it back to release with debug info. Reload the environment, rerun configure, which is actually CMake. Compile it again. And then we run valgrind, which partitions of valgrind. Hopefully we get an error very quickly. Yeah, very quick. There it is, the first one. Jump or move depends on uninitialized values. Element pair. Set score. Partition score. In find local maximum, which calls score, which calls set score, which tries to construct an element pair. Use of uninitialized value of size 8 in operator plus a sign thing, what do you call that? Yeah. I don't know. Let's look at one of those things. Set score still. It's a line further. Let's look at this line. No, it didn't work. What was it? Score or set? On 19. Guess it was set. Okay, I give up. Let's scroll back. Unbelievable. Set 19. Okay. And gone again. No, it says set. This is not what? 19. 19 is there. I don't know. Something I don't know. Well, I would say the iterator is pointing to uninitialized memory, while it runs over m elements. So m elements is not fully initialized or something like that. M elements of a set, that seems highly unlikely. That's a bitset. What the hell? Still, valgrind is our best option to find this. It is really hard to debug, I think. Without valgrind, yeah. Valgrind is just telling us exactly what the first place is where we're trying to read uninitialized memory. But I need to stack trace for that. Or do you have to stack trace? Okay, let's do this again. First of all, I need to be something reproducible and small. Ah, that's an idea. What if we set this to 3? Does it also work? Totally works. Okay, and then we have to, I guess this is the whole stack trace and the first instance. So I'm going to copy that and then the swap file. Well, it's troop anyway. Recover. Huh? What? Oh, Carl. We have 2 of them? Okay. Let's not show them. Oh. Thank God. I was afraid it was a complete list of my porn collection. Before you know it, while you're streaming, you get something like that. But I thought it's an ASCII file, so how bad can it be? And it was just a list of polynomials. I'm just kidding, of course. No, not really. Kids are watching. That's why. No. Condition jump. This is my backtrace, stack trace even. And then we're going to look at the first one, which says sets g.empty. You gotta wonder how they even know that that's the half-life. If it is hard to observe any event at all. Sorry, reading the chat. Okay, so we have a problem here. It says conditional jump or move depends on uninitialized values on this line. So I guess the empty is not defined, which would mean that msets with the given g is not defined, which means that msets itself is not fully initialized. If I compare it with the previous cases where I ran into this. And it is a set. And if we, what do we do with the set, msets? Yeah, this seems not to work, apparently. Wait a minute, how is this possible? Number of elements. Oh, we copy it from set. Yeah, it's just being copied from set, and that's an array, which is a major suspicion. The array is not fully initialized, I bet. Which is passed to the constructor of partition. How the hell am I going to find that? random int. Add random int. Here's my sets. We are running over all the sets. All the sets. I mean, this is like sets I end, and it has max number in it, which is equal to max number. And then we call clear on each of them. After which they are defined. At least you hope so. Maybe my clear is not doing what I think it is doing. I'm calling clear on set. That calls reset on elements. Set everything to 0. I don't see anything not initialized. Number of element sets. Constructor of partition. Sets. So vector of set. Okay, I think we're dealing with an uninitialized set. Yeah, that's a major possibility. And valgrind is not helping. So I'm going to change the code to help me with it. Let's commit everything we have. Git diff. Now you get to see the power of object-oriented. Total breakdown. I've been testing this thing with 32, a 16, a 64, and it worked. Didn't assert here. Are you now telling me that this thing in which we have no, really. What the hell is going on here? This is the very thing that I'm looking at. Why did I not assert here? I'm just gonna leave it in. I want to see how we assert there or not. What the madness. Alright. I was checking this thing, so I have to remove this int. That is for sure. Well, leave all the debug output commented out, I guess. Can you believe that this is what we did? We just did this, right? Or was it also from earlier today? No, it's earlier today. Definitely earlier. Yeah, stuff from today anyway. I don't want to commit those asserts. Ah, yeah, that's a possibility. Problem with the stream. OBS is telling me it's pumping all the data and YouTube needs, but YouTube says, oh wait, actually no, I had a dip in my bandwidth usage, but we should be back. Okay, so I did commit everything, and now I'm going back to compiling with optimization. And that looks broken because we have three we have three elements and it invented an F out of nowhere. So very creative. If this was an AI, I would think it became sentient, but oh, this is also very interesting. But no, it's a normal uninitialized memory problem. Valgrind is complaining about his power tooling is wow. Okay, I'm gonna use this seed now so that it is 100% reproducible. But where is that random thing defined? In partition task. .h. Can we not do it like that? I think so. It's no longer printing a seed. We have the same values, I guess. Well, okay. Yeah, still, it's power of 2 is single bit score set. We have a problem again in set here. Set 11 this time. Okay, it's even earlier than before, but it's still inside the set score. So there's a possibility that we enter this while the set itself is not fully initialized. Elements could be not initialized. That is almost impossible, but okay. Okay. Set. Initialize the magic. Yeah, it's not going to help me, is it? Well, maybe the default constructor is not initializing us. Elements type. Yeah, indeed, it is not. So I could be using the default constructor, and then elements type, which is a bitset, remains uninitialized. But clearly here we are initializing it with an element. Element is something that converts to an elements type, if you ask it. And bit must be initialized. I'm going to add it therefore also to element, I think. This is long enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can go on. A, B, C, D. Is it 64 bits? 64 divided by 16, right? So I need 16 of these things. That's 1, 2. That was not enough. Do I have 16 now? Yep. Call it an unsigned long. Okay, that's just random magic, but I can add a public bool is initialized. And magic equals this magic number. Of course I meant const. I think the most important part here is the m-bit. Index to bit. Well, index to bit is returning something that is 100% initialized. I'm gonna go with that. This calls the other constructor, so I'll leave that alone. And this one uses elements type. Bit. Well, that's problematic. How do I know if that is initialized or not? It's a bitset. I don't know. And this is car name. Well, it should be initialized as well. And then I need to add a destructor. This one is still a problem. Let's add the magic separately. Let's make this public. So we have to pass that to the constructor. We are sure that it is correctly initialized, whatever we pass here. Need a new random number. Yeah, that's the same problem. Right. Initialized constructor. Okay. elements end is I think actually doesn't even matter for both. Oh, that's a bitset, so bitset begin and end. That's what we're using, right? The begin returns m-bit mask, okay. End returns just nothing, so. So end does not need to be initialized then, but for begin it is required. Yeah. Then I have several functions in the .cxx file. Let me copy this line first. And of course we can only execute those when we are initialized. Printing, well I don't care, let's print uninitialized stuff. Okay, so that is it, I guess. Except that element itself was also no, let's just paste it like this here. Theoretically, I could do this on uninitialized memory, but that would be kind of strange. It just definitely needs to be initialized. I mean, there's that one as well. Non-linear stuff. Okay, do we have anything here? Print on, print on, print. Only print stuff. And now we have still the problems where we pass an element type, so it's not going to compile because in that case I have to pass the initialized magic from the class that we're trying to construct. If I think that it is indeed initialized. Let's try to compile it. What the hell? Search not declared in this scope. Oh. I need my X assert back because it's a const expression. Wait, this is a static one even. Nonsensical. Yeah, that was deleted. No, just copy it. Geloof ik. I guess that will do for now. So now we have the following problem. Error, could not convert. Just operator or bitset long unsigned int, comma bitset long unsigned int. Yeah. So I guess here the magic is missing then. The magic is missing of the constructor of element. The magic is added as the second one. So I'm just going to pause the magic of the right hand side. Does it make any sense? Wait a minute. No, I can just pause my own magic. Well, actually both. No, well, yeah. It's complicated, as it were. Right, and right hand side is probably calling this one, which already checks it. Okay, so I don't need that. I'm just going to pause our magic. Our own magic. Or since I already tested that that is equal to the magic number, I might as well pass the hard-coded value. Let's do that. Let's initialize magic. Okay, this one is a little bit different. Here we also have to test that the right hand side is initialized, because we're accessing mbit directly. Oh, this one takes a bool. Whoopsie. Or we're doing stupid stuff. As usual, and this is the same problem, of course. Just spaceship operator. No mention function for set, brace and close initialize list. Element 1. Element 1 is returned by begin, call to begin of morigin. So morigin is a set, and set begin is returns something only if it is initialized. Therefore we are initialized after this thing here, and then of course if we do something else like plus plus element, we still are initialized, right? And then for all the other elements, I guess we need that as well. Element 2 is assigned from element 1. Or copy assigned. Is that not true? What is this? Copy constructed. So the copies. Why the hell am I using auto there? It's just a set, isn't it? Set. No, it's a bitset const iterator. But okay, yeah, I'm not going to add the magic to bitset. I'm just going to assume that if we return something that is initialized and then assign that to another bitset, then that bitset is therefore also initialized. So this, like if we enter here with initialized morigin, then the rest is also initialized. Stays initialized, element 2 is initialized, stays initialized, element 3 is initialized, either with element 2 or with origin end, which is which does not do an initialization check, but that was not necessary, I think, because I mean origin is a set, but if you call end on it, like here, it returns elements end. So it returns the end of the bit set. Which is this one, which just returns a default constructed const iterator, bitset const iterator, which sets the mask to 0. So that is fully initialized. And it's not really... I'm missing something. You guys talk about remove brackets. I guess I'll get there when I see it then. Here's yeah, that thing is initialized. I'm gonna go that nothing needs testing here. So I'm doing what's he said. What the Yassine says what's return 1 is unequal. Let's try to find out what you mean. I cannot find it. I guess I'll run into it if it's still there with the compiler. Error. Initialize magic is not a member of set. Initialized. Missing D. No matching function for call to set. Okay, here we are constructing a set from the dereference of an iterator, where I was assuming that that is initialized. I think that like everything is initialized. Pretty much, I hope. Well, it found something. Is initialize failed, so now we can run it in the debugger. In on set, so msets, .msets. Yeah, so this one is initialized and the rest isn't. That is then the problem. So when this did happen, this is msets. I think these are just default constructors. That's probably the problem. Let's add a special magic for the default constructed ones. That way we just know for sure that they are default constructed. So yeah, the first one is initialized, and I can't read this really. Set print static all. The first one is initialized and the rest is not. The rest being just two of them. And they are default constructed, as you can see. And I'm pretty sure I'm calling clear somewhere. Clear calls reset. Okay, I'm afraid I missed something here. Maybe we are not seeing it because you have this clear here, which calls elements reset, and after that we are initialized. So oopsies. That is really the case, isn't it? I mean, reset followed it before. Reset on bitset sets thing to 0, like totally. This is the only variable that we have in here, so it's initialized after that. Thank God it's still codums. But where this time? Up. Still in the same place. Oh, that's super interesting. Really? I need to do this. I think .gdb init, which is not right, I bet. Maybe it is in this case. Anyway, print hex sets. They are not cleared. We did not call clear on it. Bear says see title. What was the question, Bear? Because I don't see any question mark. Was it to game code? Is it C++? Yes, it's C++. Yeah. It's like Felix is talking to someone else, but we don't see the other person talk back. Who are you talking to, Felix? Maybe you're talking in the wrong chat. It looks like that. He's not replying because you're talking in the wrong chat. Really strange. So why is this not, why did we not clear on this? I did not try Rust, no. I think that once Rust exists 25 years on, I might have a look at it. But currently it's in the hype phase, so I'm not prepared to learn another language just because some people get all hyped up about whatever benefits it might have. I've been hearing from a lot of other C++ gurus who just spit on it, so that's good enough for me not to put time into. It's always one language after another is going to be the C++ killer. And then the next language comes, and the next language comes, and in the meantime humanity is buried under the languages, the programming languages. I don't think it's doing humanity a favor. But okay, I'm gonna drink some water. That being said, if you are new, then you know, you have to make the choice between C++ and Rust, then please be informed. Get yourself informed. It might be better than C++. I don't know. Well, Java was a hype. Still is. It was totally not suited as program language, and they still wrote compilers around it, trying to make it faster. I don't think it makes a difference. My honest opinion, without joking, is that I think that if people do not like C++, then that's because they are too stupid. They think it's, you know, they make mistakes when they use C++. If you like another language better, then that must be, in my opinion, because that language allows you to avoid those mistakes. And I think that must be because that other language is more limited, less flexible. It does not allow you to do those stupid things that you normally all the time do with C++. So yeah, less flexibility is in my eyes not better, unless you need it, of course, to protect the programmer. But yeah, I've coded almost my whole life in C++, and I've made a yeah, my experience is based on this. If I switch to a totally different language, then I would lose too much, even if the language is better. But like I said, I don't think it is. As long as I don't think C++ is a bad language because it allows me to do anything I want, and I don't think that, then I see no reason whatsoever to go to a language that protects me from making certain mistakes. Well, you could argue that the bug that I'm trying to find now is a result of C++ being bad, and Rust that would not have happened. However, the reason that we are dealing with uninitialized memory here is because copying an array has been optimized. You know, if you copy an array in a certain way, then default constructors being used which does not initialize certain memory. And you can say, oh, bad, now my program crashes. Rust would not do that. If Rust would initialize that memory, it would be slower. Okay, now I need it initialized. But what in the other 99 cases? When I do not want it to be initialized. I don't want a language that behind my back starts to initialize memory that I don't want to be initialized, because it's just slower. I want to initialize it myself when it is needed. But that was just an example, and since I never looked at Rust, I have no idea if it would initialize that. But you know, if I compare it with Java, that tried to protect people by eliminating pointers, no memory pointers, no memory allocation, freeing yourself. That was done by a garbage collector. So this just takes tools out of the hands of the programmer in order to protect the programmer. I really don't like that. It only makes it slower. And I have to say, I really code in a way that it is a maximum fast. Not what I have shown on the stream so far, because I'm coding parts that are not critical for speed. But most of my code that has any chance of being needed in a so time critical, what is it? Well, yeah, where speed matters, say, then I try to make, I would put in a week to win one clock cycle, as it were. Which makes me totally nuts, but which also explains that I really do not want to do away with all the freedom that C++ gives me. What is this? Why? Where does my M set come from? Add 2 here is being called on top. Okay. Top. So top is uninitialized, right? You can say that, but top. Yep. I guess I have to highlight this as being default initialized. Oops. I don't have to print it as a hexadecimal anymore. And I want to go to that file. Where does top come from? Top is this thing here. Oh, it's a constructor of partition. Yeah, it's a constructor of partition that where we pass the number of elements and a single set. That is what is going wrong. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's this one. Okay. So this constructor is being called. We do not assert on this false. And afterwards sets did not call actually that's true. I'm not calling it. I don't understand why we're not asserting here. This is absolutely crazy. Because we're not calling this one. Oh, I'm calling this one. This is the one that's being called. Or not. Yes. Yes it is. Ah. Finally. See it. That's the one that's being called. Apparently this one is not being used. I don't know why, but let's remove it. Okay, just remove this thing. Now, is it or is it not being used? This is the brute force dereference operator. Pretty much should be used then, I would say. Or am I wrong? Of elements, comma sets, partition thing. Oh. Pretty sure I'm using this brute force dereference operator. Definitely should crash here. Why the hell is this not crashing? Partitions. Brute. What? No brute force? Oh, indeed. I'm not using brute force anymore. Of course not. That explains why. Okay. I'll solve that one as well. Fine. Thank God. So that was this partition thing. How was it? What was it called? Partition iterator brute force. Does it make a typo or what? Yeah, partition. Okay, yeah. Now it's fast. Finally, it is really fast. The highest score gets 6 hits, which at least is not as much as 15. But okay, it's not 1 at least. Although we'll never know, maybe there is several ones after this, which you just all missed. And the only way to be sure of that is using brute force. Which is a bit much with 32 elements. So what I'm currently doing is I'm just removing one pair or one triplet out of it. And it feels that it's probably better to just take this whole thing completely apart into multiple pieces, right? And then let the other algorithms reassemble it. Although, yeah, nah. I had enough of it. This is good enough. Okay, so it's fixed. It works fast for 32. And I think it should be fast for 64 also. Just run that for 64. Yep, that's much better. Much better. Amazingly difficult problem to find the optimum partition, isn't it? You see how many different ways there are to sort these elements. It's amazing. And they all give something close to a high score. Man, there's even a few that are hanging at 9 infinite. That's disgusting. Yeah, I have to rip myself loose from this because I'm working on a Vulkan engine, not on this. Okay, diff. I think I can delete everything except the bug fix. Pretty much git restore minus p. Yes, I guess. Oh, well, not doing so much at once. This can be gone, this can be gone. This is just yeah, it's all just is initialized. All the magic stuff, right? It's only magic stuff. Return a bit, okay. Yeah, okay. Delete. There we also pause set this initialize magic. So they can also be gone then. And there we have the bug fix. Partially anyway. Yep, I'm gonna keep this one. I can also keep this one. Let's keep it random, I guess. So I want to delete this one. And delete this. Let's split. And delete that one, delete this one. Set as default. Yeah, all those set stuff has nothing to do with the bug fix, so it's probably all delete. And this is delete. And this is delete. And this is delete. And this is delete. And this can be deleted. And all these can be deleted. And this too. I might keep it, I guess. That was all. So this is then this was the bug fix. Compile it again. Run it again. Why not? Partitions. Great. Great. It's not so great. Yep. Okay. And again remove this, right? Also I did not use this anymore. Okay, then let's look at my to-do list. I added in the description of this stream, I said, and new to do 4 fixed partition iterator scatter to efficiently generate the first n scattered partitions, where scattered means that each set is cut up into multiple sets, where we keep elements that like to stick together as much as possible. Together, again, just twice together. That much they like to be together. This stream I'll work on 4, but that was a previous stream, but I only finished it now. Right, so that is finished, and then we are at point 3, which I didn't do yet. Set a dynamic limit on the maximum number of allowed set. AKA artificially bump the score with -infinity if there are too many sets. This might cripple the stability of the algorithm, however. Well, it has little stability if you ask me. But yeah. Unfortunately, I have to do that as well. Because there is only a limited number of descriptor sets that each GPU has. Officially there's only 4 descriptor sets supported. Yes, really, 4. Oh, Mr. Yeah, I forgot your how to pronounce your name. Vasek or Vas? What? Can you write it again, please? He's probably already offline. Talking about going offline, I think I should go too. It's midnight. Well, just pick it up tomorrow at for the last to-do point, and then I can finally go back to the Vulkan engine, and then we have to copy all this to the Vulkan engine basically and use it. Okay, so the 3 limit and maximum number of sets. Oh, so painful. Everything takes forever, right? How long have I been working on these partitions? Please don't tell me that's more than 2 weeks. That is absolutely unacceptable. To put so much time on a side project, basically. And it seemed just too interesting. Let me think. Gonna see that here, I guess. Repositories. Partitions. So date here, 11 days ago. Initial commit, 11 days ago. Wow, we are only at 11 days. Ah. I have 3 days left to do point 3. But I also have to move it over to the Vulkan engine and then use it. I think it's going to be pretty damn hard to do that in 3 days, everything, to make it completely go away from my to-do list. Okay, Bear, hard for you, and I'm going to sleep in an hour, but